Hello there, it is Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out Tenebra by Spitfire Audio. Spitfire Audio have formed some incredible collaborations over the years, joining prestigious partnerships such as Hans Zimmer, Olafur, Arnalds and Clouser. Pioneer composers, the Newton brothers, bring us the dark, unsettling and often disturbing psychological horror toolkit, Tenebra. Featuring instruments from the darkest depths of the Newton brothers' personal collection, Spitfire Audio have sampled, sound designed and presented these captivating sounds in their Solar engine. With masses of designed presets already included, the Solar engine gives us endless ways to mangle the sounds of Tenebra even more. Tenebra downloads at 11.35 gigabytes and it runs in the Spitfire Audio Solar player. It's currently on intro sale of £119. In this video, we're going to check out the sounds of Tenebra and the functionality, and of course, I've thrown it into a composition as well. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Spitfire Audio for sending over a copy of Tenebra so we can make this video. While we do get the instruments for free, it doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, ideas or judgments. We're just working composers giving you our insights. And if you're not done so already, please do hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's jump into Tenebra. Here we go, we have Tenebra from Spitfire Audio and the Newton brothers loaded up in Spitfire Audio's Solar player. I'm going to start off by playing a patch called Horribly Beautiful because it really does sum up this library for me. Absolutely wonderful. Now, the horrible part, or the horribly part, it's a psychological horror scoring library and it really ramps up the fear factor massively. And then the beautiful part, well, I spent hours with Tenebra, listened to every single patch. There are some gorgeous, beautiful sounds in this library as well. Let's talk about the instrument design. If you've used the BBC Radiophonic Workshop or Jupiter or Mercury, you'll be very at home with the Solar player. It is a dual engine, a dual layer engine, so we've got glide up and singular synth loaded up, and the mod wheel will actually crossfade between these two layers. So if I play with the off position, for example, we have just glide up. And then if I bring in the mod wheel, we get singular synth as well. So we have ultimate control over the sounds. The Solar engine is very, very powerful. There's lots of different ways we can play around with the sounds and do our own sound design. And this is where these first presets come in. So if I just go straight to the top, we have from bells and glass to warp. So these are kind of like the organic samples, and you'd load these up when you're ready to create your own sounds using the Solar engine. So these are our raw recordings, but in this video I want to really focus on what you get straight out of the box. So this is Glimmer of Light. And what you'll notice when the patches load in, they tend to load in this in-between position. So you're getting both layers. So sometimes you'll see me use the mod wheel, sometimes you won't. So let's just keep going through. Now there are a lot, just so we can see. Yeah, lots of already designed presets for us. So let's go for Alone. So that's using a water harp. We go Beauty Moment Pad. And I'm just going to hold down single chords pretty much for this as well. And you can really hear them evolve. Let's keep going. Bend in tension. I'm going to go down the octave for this one. And still going as well. Love it. Break my synthy heart. Some serious bass going on there. These are essentially incredible cue starters. Let's go for check for pulse. Go back up the octave. Yeah. Brilliant. Let's do dark matter comedy. I mean, it's so clever. I'm letting go, and you can hear the voices go on, but they're kind of almost like Brahm. Cuts off straight away. It's incredible. Let's just go just for the drone. And of course, you can adjust the release if you want that to go on. But I do like these short cut-offs as well. And then the dinosaur noises. Yeah, it's so experimental. Brilliant. Demon hits. This is an example of something more percussive. Love it. Let's go for drifting from reality. I do really like those quick releases. If you want that to sort of be a bit smoother. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just want to play Dream State. So you can hear some percussion there. Let's go Eno 1977. Oh, you know, I watched The Evil Dead the other day. It's one of my all-time favourite films, seen it so many times. And that reminds me of the scenes. Sam Raimi's on his bike, and he's being the force, the entity, and he's coming through the woods. And that sound is the sound when they want to get Cheryl. Join us. And they try and convince Cheryl to join them. Anyway, it's a terrible impression of a demonic force. But there we go. Let's keep going. We have Freddy's Basement. I'm guessing that's a nod to Freddy's Boiler Room. Ghost Strings, amazing. They are stunning, and they're so lovely. We have 2 of them. Absolutely superb. Let's go for I Miss You. Some instant scoring going on there. You can see there's so much. Moaning from Beyond. Moaning indeed. November piano. There are some pianos and keys as well. So they are deliciously evil. These orchestral risers are great. Very, very cool. And let's go for Preparing for War. So some bit more percussive. Red Planet. Yeah. I mean, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? We do Scream Riser. Yeah. Bonkers. So it is experimental sometimes, or it is incredibly beautiful. I rest my case with the beauty. And let's just do one more from the bottom. Tears of Atreyu. Amazing. So there is a lot to go through, and I would say part of the fun is going through all of these different sounds yourself. So I'm just playing random sounds now. I love the vocal work in this library as well. So, of course, you can go through and filter, as it were. So, just the eDNA or just the Spitfire designed ones as well. Nice and easy. So you can you can filter by category. Now, that is a very brief walkthrough because there is so much in this library, but the composition will speak for itself. So I gave myself about an hour, and Tenebra is the focal point of the library, of the composition. I'm doing really well with my words today. It's a focal point of the composition, and of course I've added a couple more instruments, mainly from Spitfire. So you'll notice the nursery from Albion Solstice, for example. I've done a little bit of sound design, but I've got to say, I will do my closing thoughts, but initial thoughts are it's so much fun playing through the sounds. You just cannot wait to get composing with it as well. And one more thing I will mention before we go on. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed I have the error symbol. Now, the plugin is working fine and the instrument is working fine, and all the other sort of solar instruments work fine as well. So I don't know what that's all about, but I will get onto Spitfire just to see what's happening. Anyway, without further ado, let's check out the composition. After that rather unsettling composition, we're on to the closing thoughts section of the video, and we're talking about Tenebra from Spitfire Audio and the Newton Brothers. I'm going to say it right off the bat, I had the most amazing experience composing with Tenebra. It's such a fantastic library, and I'm going to spend the next few minutes telling you why I feel that way. First of all, the sheer amount of content. First of all, the instruments you get. So everything is presented as instruments in different layers, and you can design them yourself in the Solar engine. Well, an instrument for me where you get lots of presets and then the ability to expand the instrument yourself through sound design is a winner, and that is a wonderful feature of Tenebra. It's not just what you get, it's what you can do with it as well. And then, of course, the sampling is amazing. Obviously, the sheer breadth of unique instruments from the Newton Brothers, and then the designed presets. There are so many to work through, and when you start composing with them, you'll notice that essentially they don't clash. You can stack a ton of them together and they'll just create even more interesting textures and movement. And at certain points in the composition, I had up to 20 Tenebra patches going, and it just created this really thick, dense wall of sound. And yeah, it just sounds glorious. And then of course the instruments all work with other libraries. So I use Spitfire Audio's Solstice. The nursery is my go-to for anything creepy. I use alternative solo strings for the low dry cellos, hammers to really beef up the percussion, and then I added some of my own sound design. So of course I did use some of the orchestral effects as well from Tenebra, but the ticking clocks, etc., and some bigger hits I added myself. And it just came together so beautifully well. It is a brilliant library to use standalone, to score with, to use in combination with other libraries. Amazing. Do I recommend it? I really do. I'm just going to be using this so much, and I just really feel like Spitfire Audio's collaborations are wonderful. We had Cells from Olafur Arnalds not so long ago, and of course I'm a huge fan of the Hans Zimmer collaborations, and Charlie Clouser hammers. I use that on everything. So yeah, it's just another fantastic collaboration for the books. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Spitfire Audio for sending over their Tenebra library so we could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video, and of course drop us a comment what you think about Tenebra. Have you already picked it up? It has been out for a week or two now, and yeah, let's get a chat going. And of course, if you're not done so already, please check out our other videos on YouTube. We have well over 500 now, and we just keep on growing. And speaking of growing, if you've not hit that subscribe button already, please do. It means the world to us to see our viewership grow, and the more subscribers we get, we just get even more drive to keep creating these videos. So without rhapsodizing too much, have a wonderful rest of your day and keep making that. Let's go with slightly dark and psychological, mind-bending music. Take care.